Welcome back to another episode of the Next Level Minds podcast. My name is Chris Chapman, and I am your host. If this is your first time tuning in, then this is a podcast dedicated to those who want to reach a next level in their faith, family, fitness, finances, and embrace the American freedoms that we have in this great country. The way in which we do that is by interviewing guests, really walking through their story. And then we also have a number of different solo episodes centered around those topics, as well as personal development related topics as well, so that you can continue to get better and you can really set the example for others around you. For those who have been listening for a long time, you know my goal is to impact over 1 million people. So if you have not done this already, please take the time to subscribe to Next Level Minds on Apple Podcast. Share this episode with a family member, friend, or colleague. And if you're really feeling special, leave a review of Next Level Minds and let me know what you think. Now on to today's episode, which what I'm really going to be talking about is very simply a few reminders when it comes to building a successful life. And these are just reminders that I have top of mind, as well as just some quotes that I have on my phone that I thought, you know what, these things are great reminders to me. Why don't I share them with the Next Level Minds audience so that they can continue to be inspired to have success and they can know realistically what success really takes. And the first thing I want to share, and this is from a great book that I read when I was like 22, 23 years old. I believe it was called 5 Things a Millionaire Taught Me. And the first one lesson in here is basically just decide that you want to be wealthy. And I have the belief that you'll never be successful. You'll never achieve what you want to achieve if you don't make that simple, conscious decision of I am going to do XYZ, or I am going to make XYZ happen. So in my life, what I have now from the career and the finances and the house that I have, these are decisions that I consciously made and said, I am going to make this happen. I'm deciding that I'm going to do whatever it takes. So that's a big reminder right there. Decide you want to be wealthy, decide you want to be successful, and then obviously put in the work to make that happen. Another thing that I want to share from a quote perspective is a tree said to another tree, when an axe was cutting down the forest, that handle was once a tree. Again, I'll say that again. A tree said to another tree, when an axe was cutting down a forest, that handle was once a tree. So what does this mean? It means that you need to be careful who you surround yourself with, because honestly, some people just don't have your best interest in mind. And you also need to make sure that the people that you're surrounding yourself with, the people that you're telling your information, the people that you are just sharing your life with, that you can trust those people. Another thing that I want to share from a reminder standpoint is that, and I've shared this, this is actually my 2026 motto, and it's really just do what's required. So if you want to lose weight, you want to make more money, you want to be happier, you want to be healthier, you want to be more involved in your family, do what's required. What does that mean? It could mean waking up at 5 a.m. It could mean staying late at the office. It could mean not eating unhealthy. It could mean being very rigid with your routine. Do what's required. So the other day I ran 10 miles, and I don't like to be gone from my household that long right now because, you know, I have a wife and a newborn baby and I want to be as present as I can. And so I could have easily been like, you know what, I'm just going to go in the afternoon when it warms up. But, you know, to me on a Saturday, that's prime family time. So what I did is wake up at like 5:45 on a Saturday. The rest of the house is sleeping. I got up, I had some food, I hydrated, got ready for the run. And in the morning when my family wakes up, you know, our baby has to eat and all that stuff. So there's really not much I can do in that like first hour because, hello, I'm a man. I don't have the breastfeeding capability. No matter what the mainstream media may say, a man is a man and a woman is a woman. Anyway, I digress. But what I want to get to the point is I did not want to get up on Saturday at 5:45, 5:50 in the morning. And I did not want to run when it was like 35 degrees outside. But I said, you know what? Do what's required. If I want to get in my 10-mile run and I want to still be present with my family, it requires getting up early. Sure enough, I started running like 7:15. I got back around 8:30, 8:45, and took a quick shower and was able to have breakfast, coffee, hang out with my family that morning without being going on a run or something like that. The other thing that I want to share from a quote standpoint is sometimes you're so focused on the future that you forget to live in the middle of what you prayed for. And I personally struggle with this a lot because I am extremely ambitious. And if you are listening to this show, I bet you're extremely ambitious as well. And one of the things, and I'm sure you guys will agree with this, one of the things that ambitious people struggle with is being present and being thankful in the moment, because you are ambitious. So you're keeping your eye on the future and what you want to achieve and all this stuff. But learning lesson that I need to continue to deal with on a daily basis is sometimes you're focused too much on the future that you forget to live in the middle of what you prayed for. And so thinking about my life, the family that I have, the car I have, the house I have, the career I have, the income I have, the finances I have, sure, I would like to have an even bigger house. I would like to have a luxury vehicle. I would like to have even more money coming in. But what my life looks like right now is really what I prayed for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. And it's important just to be present and be thankful and be grateful for that moment. Another thing that I want to share, and I'll flip over here and actually share a helpful Bible verse. I know I've shared a lot of Bible verses on this podcast recently, but let me go up and actually share the one I'm looking for here. Yes. Commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. So your life is very hectic sometimes. And I believe if you trust in that verse, Proverbs 16:13, commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established, understanding that God has plans for you, understanding that he's going to provide a way if it's his will. Another reminder is nobody cares, work harder. That's a reminder that I tell myself quite a bit. And whenever I feel like complaining, whenever I'm tired, whenever I'm stressed, whenever I just really do not feel like doing the thing I should do, nobody really cares. So work harder, put your head down, keep going. A follow-up on that, if you will, is no one's coming to save you. And I feel like that's unfortunately a common mindset that people have of, you know, if this person gets in office, or if this administration switches, or, you know, if this happens in the stock market, if so-and-so can help me with this, then I can achieve X. Like, dude, no one is coming to save you. It's on you. You got to put in the work. You got to have the right habits. You got to take the right actions. No one is coming to save you. Also, I want to remind you guys that your ideal life doesn't just happen by the snap of a finger. You need to be very relentless about planning it. You need to be very relentless about taking the right steps, processes, and making sure that you are doing the work on a daily basis. And lastly, the thing that I want to share is your life is a combination of your habits, routines, behaviors, kind of a follow-up of what I just mentioned. But if your life is not where you want it to be right now, take a look back at your last 30, 60, 90, 100, 500, 1,000 days and ask yourself, are the actions that I've taken over the last, X amount of time, are they actually aligning with what I want? And many times you'll see, well, they haven't really lined up with what I want. So for example, I'm very involved in my fitness, which you guys know if you've been following me for a while. I did 75 hard over the summer, all that stuff. And one thing that I also try to do in combination of running a lot is just gaining muscle. And I've been blessed to always have a very high metabolism, but at the same time, that means that it's very hard for me to gain weight. And so I would like to be 10 pounds heavier from a muscle standpoint, but really honestly asking myself, like, am I working out enough? Yes. Am I, taking creatine, protein, all that stuff? Yes. But am I truly eating enough macronutrients, proteins, fats, carbs? Am I truly eating calories? Am I truly eating the right amount of food that I need? Yes, I'm eating the right food from a health standpoint, but I'm not eating enough food. Do need to be eating a lot more. And so take a look at things that you want in your life, whether it's fitness, family, faith, finances, whatever it is, and ask yourself, where am I falling short? And then fill up that gap. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Next Level Minds. Like I said, just want to share a few brief reminders, verses, quotes, etc. that have helped me tremendously in my life. Other than that, hope y'all have a fantastic week ahead, and thanks again for tuning in.